What's up, guys? We're here again today at Hard Racing doing product review and going to go over the aRacer product line. Today we're going to introduce all the products that we're going to carry and what they do, a brief synopsis of the setups and everything, and we will have future videos of installing it and walking you through all the features and the tutorials on the app and all that good stuff. But today we're going to give you a rundown of what the products are and the fundamental differences, what they do, how they work, and all that good stuff. So if you want to see our future videos, be sure to go down to the bottom and hit subscribe and click that little bell logo right next to it so that way you get notified when we make our future videos. So let's get into it. This is the aRacer series Mini5, the Super2, the AF1, and then to run the AF1 you need this 4-into-1 splitter. Basically the biggest two right here, you have the Mini5 and the Super2. These are standalone ECUs. These are not piggybacks, they're not a flash tuner. This actually replaces your stock ECU on your motorcycle. So basically that's going to eliminate all the stuff that you had to deal with in the past by having the stock ECU and the limitations it has and not being, having features locked out or whatever. This is a new ECU. And of course the number one question there always is, well, which one should I get for what purposes? So let's go over what they do in general and then we'll explain the differences. So again, they are standalone ECUs, and basically what that does is gives you pretty much full control over a ton of features on the motorcycle. The throttle, the fuel mapping, rev limit, your idle speed, your spark, ignition timing, air-fuel ratios. You can set up basically and dial in your air-fuel ratio and all that good stuff when you're using the optional AF1 module. But the biggest thing is it's letting you do this and have pretty much limitless control over all of it, and it's all done via the app. So they have a Droid and an iPhone app, and you basically can do all your settings, changes, adjustments, tweaking through the app, and it's all via Bluetooth. And what's really cool is not only can you make all the changes and adjustments to the app, you can also see the outputs, your RPMs, your throttles, your air-fuel ratio, if you choose to. So you can put this mounted on your bike with like a RAM mount, and that way you can see everything on the go, on the fly, and make changes if you'd like. Or you can just make the changes and then put your phone in your pocket and be done with it. So it's either or, it's whatever your personal preferences are. But the app is basically just has a ton of features, and it's really intuitive, user-friendly. So the biggest difference then between these two, obviously this is going to be app only and really just for your the guys that just want to slap it on there, make some adjustment settings, and then go ride. It'll do stock setups, camshafts, exhaust systems, chimeras, all that good stuff. Small big bore kits. Some guys run it on the bigger bore kits, and then some guys go over to this one. But fundamentally this is all going to be done through the app, and you're going to really need an AF1 to tune it correctly to get your air-fuel ratios and then customize the tune in this thing. The Super 2 is a more advanced version. The Super 2, you are going to be able to plug it into a computer with the optional cable, and then you can throw it on a dyno and get more in-depth into the tuning. This is a more advanced version of it. It's going to be more, the user is going to be required more to understand what they're doing and really get into the deeps, but it does allow you to do more on the Super 2 than the Mini5. So really you're going to get a lot out of either one of these, but it just comes down to what you're looking to get out of the bike, what you want to do with it, how much simplicity you want out of it. For most guys, the RC5 is the way to go. If you really want to tinker and you really want to get into it and you really want to tune it, and you don't mind a little bit steeper learning curve, then the RC2 is the way to go. But again, they're both just going to be a whole lot better than your stock setup. It just really comes under how you want to attack it. So obviously the number one option that you're going to want to get is the AF1, which is the wideband module, and that is going to monitor your air fuel ratio. You can adjust it, you can set it so that it's controlling the fueling and making adjustments for a set predetermined air fuel ratio. The key here is both units have a plug coming out of it, and that plug goes to the Bluetooth, which is called the blink module. So if you want to add the AF1, then you need to have the splitter, and the splitter takes that 1 and goes out into 4. So basically, just like think of an extension cord and an outlet, you know, when you have a triple plug for other things to plug into it, that's the same concept this thing's doing. So basically your blink module then would get unplugged out of here, plug in your splitter, AF1 splits in the splitter, and this goes into one of these units. So just keep that in mind. If you get the AF1, you do need the 4-in-1 splitter. So again, main differences, a lot more adjustability, adjusted on the dyno using computers. This one's going to be a little simpler, easier to use, more user-friendly for, you know, I wouldn't say minor, but just not as much adjustability as that one. And again, we'll get into more depth of this later on, but we're just trying to give you a lowdown. And also, new feature that these guys have that everybody's been dying for is the backfire feature. And some of you might be like, what the hell, are you kidding me? But the reality is, that is the new rage right now. If you guys are, you know, keeping up with all the current cars, Porsche, Ferrari, Lambo, all the modern sport cars, when they let off the gas or they decel, the cars go pop, 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 pop. And now all the motorcycles are wanting to get into that too. It's built into here. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, people like it. Otherwise, these $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 cars wouldn't be building it into their exhaust system. So you can actually program that into this. It'll be, you can set how much to backfire on either off throttle or deceleration. So that is kind of a cool feature that I don't know of anyone else who has that right now, but it's definitely pretty cool. So again, we're going to go into these more in-depth videos on everything, on the tutorial of installing it and using the app and how all works. But for right now, this is just an introduction one. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to click the subscribe button and the bell right next to it so that you're notified as soon as we make our future videos. And if you have any other questions, comments, or anything, be sure to check us out on our website, hardracing.com. Obviously, we're on Facebook, we're on forums, Instagram, Twitter, pretty much all of that stuff. But the number one way to get a hold of us through our website, or call us direct, and we will get you taken care of.